Now this exposes all of our head bolts. And you can see it's a 10 head bolt pattern. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now in a typical engine, when you're putting the head together, have a torque pattern. A torque pattern usually starts in the middle. So you start from the middle and work your way to the outside, alternating sides of the head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whenever you're removing a head, you need to do that in the reverse order. So you have to start at the outside and work your way in. Just pull these guys off and we'll make it look easy. Break them loose in the reverse order you would install them. Just going to make sure your head doesn't warp when it's coming apart. And be in the best possible condition. They are pretty snug. I did loosen a few off before we got on camera here, just so it looked good doing it. And that guy spin. I loosen that one, yep. It's always a good idea to mark them with a piece of paint pen or a black felt pen if you have them. And away we go, last one. It's all our head bolts. Now from here, they're already loose. They should be finger loose anyway. You should be able to pull them out quite easy. So I'm going to speed it up by using my impact gun and we'll come back right after that. Now these are all loose, you can pull them out. Now head bolts are usually a specialized fastener. They're not just any old bolt. So you have to take care of them before we can reuse them, if we can even do that, depending on our manufacturer. We'll have to inspect them. Make sure they're not overstretched. And there may be a measurement we can take or a quick go, no-go gauge that we can set up against here. Head bolts are out. Head should come off nice and easy. If this is a real, well, it's a real head, but if it's on a real engine, you need a crane, usually quite heavy. When we place it down after we take it off, have to be careful. We have our injectors and we have glow plugs. They're going to stick out the bottom of the head. If we just set this down, it may cause damage to the head. So we should set it down on some soft wood and make sure it's not going to be damaged. But we can just pull it off and then I'll cut to the next scene of me laying it down. So here's the head removed. Okay, set down a block of wood. We're tight on space, so we put it on top of the other engine. On the bottom of this head though, we can see our mating surface, see our valves, intake and exhaust, see our porting for coolant and oil, and that's about it. And we'll pull this intake manifold off and get this ready for service. Now that the head's been removed, we can see a few other things. We can see our head gasket. We can give it a quick inspection before we remove it, in case it gets destroyed on removal. We can see if there was any kind of leaks between these two fire rings, and they seem to be sealed okay. Don't see any big blowouts on this side anyway. We can see some gasket material left in here is okay. It doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. Now we can see our two pistons, one at top dead center, one at bottom dead center. We'll pull this guy off one-handed, flip them over. Again, we can see a nice good seal between the two. I think this head gasket was probably in pretty good condition.